You might have to yeah, I think the questions the girl asked. Yeah. He said, "Mama,
Time to wait. Make it work. It's a red t-shirt. You got to shake it. Ham on the hook, say the heels on the strap around your ankle. Call it Bojangles. Sit like fruit or douche like fruit. Loose and get loose on the roof. Go right out. Get your table, man. You got tea in your brain. Shake it to the song. You ain't really well gone, man. We ain't no boys.
do your dance, Granny.
We ain't no dance.
Twerk, Granny.
Go wide open, so much to call up in the ocean. Like an 18-wheeler. She's soaking with it. She's soaking with it.
They about to make me do it. Yeah, get your hands on it. Oh. That's what you want to do. They about to get some weed.
Like an 18-wheeler. She's soaking with it. She's soaking with it. Shake it like a fall, 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 shake it like a dollar, 5 or 10. 20, 20. Get on the station, yeah. Get on the road to a bag, yeah. Do it again. Another 10, do it again. Feel like a game that you're playing to win. You ain't twins. Those are one love. The whole world is great bones and big butts. Ain't been all on the floor. On the 5 in the 9 certified roll. On the pole beside.
Deadline tomorrow.
You know good and well I
computer just crashed. It's switching time. So
You know, I be
that
ready.
protects you from security threats online.
Hey everybody, how you
Switch to Delta
doing?
Virus protection. Switch to Chromebook.
Hey y'all. It's going down at 8 o'clock. It's going down at 8 o'clock. What? Oh, I said you never had a good day. Guess you never knew I could, man. Breathe. It might make me get up. It's gonna make you get up, man. It's gonna make you get up. Oh. It might. Hey. See me. I'ma love you like a brother. Hey, Miss Bear, how you doing, girl? We get ready to drop it like it's hot, baby. Cause see me. I think I got my mama in the building tonight, y'all. But she steady hollering stuff from the back there talking about what I need to be hollering. And now you looking a hot mess, so she can't get on the camera tonight. I mean, she got a bonnet and everything going on. We ain't doing that. Oh, man. Hey, Miss Emma, how you doing?
How many views you got so far? On that one. 11?
8 o'clock, baby. That's when it's going down. 8 o'clock. Miss Curtis is in the kitchen making Naya some macaroni and cheese there. But you know, we don't start till 8, so we try to put some little music on and get warm. I about to drop it a few minutes ago, but I have to. I see a couple of pastors up there, so I won't do it yet. Yeah. One tripping. Steven. I want to see cussing it down. I don't want to play that. I got too many. I can't keep up with this music. Steven. Oh, no, Juvenile might say something crazy. Hello. Let me see. Come out. Baby, I'm on live, so you can't call me right now, but I'm going to call you when it's over. Don't put my phone on, do not disturb. Don't look at me like that. Yeah, go ahead, Bree. Look at her looking a hot mess. Now you do it. Yeah. If you're trying to call me, y'all, you can't call me because I'm on live. But I'm gonna call you back somehow. I'm gonna call you back, Gumball. I'm on live, so I can't answer the phone. Sorry, I can't answer the phone right now. I mean, I know you want to talk about how pretty I am, but I think.
Hey man, you sure you want to hear this, man?
But I can't answer right
sure
now,
about
baby.
that, man? All right.
Y'all know what? Let me see who that is. Y'all know what that is? I do it. My mama want me to reach back and grab something. I'm about to block her on the other side of the kitchen because she just doing all of it. Hey, big boy, I'm ready to get in the airport. I need to. So I need to step in my earth. Hey, big boy, stepping in my earth. I think, right. What? Okay, it's a throwback. Hey. She got love, bitch. I said, okay, so my aggravating me to play this for her. You know she old school. She want that. There you go, Mom. She in the kitchen cooking, but want me to play Bobby Brown. Really? Okay, but there you go, Mom. There you go, Mom. So the coolest mama I know, baby. I don't know who's in Little Rock, Arkansas, but that's what she told me to say. So that goes out to who's ever in Little Rock, Arkansas. Okay, babe?
My baby.
Yay.
Take off your clothes, take off my clothes.
Yeah, Hey.
We can leave this week.
Okay.
We don't need no sheets. We can just close the door.
Now, baby,
I can take you places you
have been before.
so that we get there.
Cause if you ain't good enough, baby, what we'll do? I'll work harder.
Baby, I'll do you up, baby. And I will not stop till I know your heart.
Now, Ma, this what you gonna tell him if you find out he ain't acting right. This what you gonna tell him.
All right, babe. Y'all be good now.
Better be good. What's gonna happen? If you don't act good, Ma, and make it stay good enough, this what's gonna happen. Okay, I'm saying if that's good enough. Hey, he's going over to the side. Please side. If you can't keep it good enough, baby, he's going to the side. He's going to the side. The side. That was going to the side. If you don't go put that macaroni, if the side piece won't act right and the white just act up, they're gonna be doing this right here.
This is a bit Hollywood. Don't hit it.
Don't mess your house up over there. You can't really have, baby. Okay. I'm trying to tell you. Now, this what you gonna be doing.
I've been coming to this bar getting choked up. And I know that they gonna bring me back to me, baby. But it showed me a really humble like that. You see, baby, because having the vehicles, what I was trying to fly, I had with you all the time, baby.
If you mess it up good enough, baby, you're gonna be doing this.
Ben's club, and I said I wasn't gonna be drinking. I'm stumbling along over this car with a dumb look on my face.
You let that woman get you put out.
This when you drinking.
Don't do it, baby.
Hennessy, stay and lost your girl. I'll stay and lost your man.
But now you in rehab.
Like how I'm like out in the woods.
Hey, baby.
You listen, you girl, you can send me out. It's
It's all about.
Cause girl, you got me drinking. Is it over, baby?
I know y'all wanna hate on my baby, but it doesn't matter to me. This gonna be my baby no matter what.
I feel like you're talking about R. Kelly.
It's always gonna be my baby.
I knew
I don't care nothing about what you're talking about. That's
it.
always gonna be my baby. Cause when I hit it right now,
Oh no, ma'am. No, you did not.
oh
You
yeah,
did not.
I'm finna get it to
No, you did not.
Listen, oh, cut the lights out. Cut all of them out. Cut them out. Let's see what he's talking about. Cause I want to know. Do you mind if I give you some of mine? It don't matter. 12 play. Come on, kid. Get it, baby. Get it. All right, Robert. All right. Baby. I hate that you done messed up, but I still got to play. Don't call me asking me that tonight.
Give me some of mine.
You do not want this, I promise. Boy, he finna show out. He finna show out right now. 12 blood. Hello.
Okay, here we go.
There you go. Hey, Ricardo, how you doing, baby? Hey, cuz. Hey, Felicia Williams. Hey, baby, I love you more. Girl. If I give you some, that's just want me to act up. All right, Robert. What we gonna do? What you gonna do? Ooh, he gonna climb. He gonna climb. What? He gonna do what, Mom? Let's get it.
We'll go to my room.
Okay. Okay.
And now they give
Come on.
me a tongue.
Oh. What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
Feel your fast.
Oh, what he gonna do? What he gonna do? What he gonna do? Okay. I'm gonna do what? Oh, there we go. Oh.
Cannot wait.
Okay. Let's go have some fries. Oh. Anything that's broken, what he gonna do, Mom? Okay. All right. Hey. Okay. Which too much? That is going out. He's going out. I'm finding somebody else. Let's get up here. Oh, yeah.
Baby, cry one time of me.
But if he don't act right, this what's gonna happen. And then it's time for the show now. Because he can do all that 12 play if he wants to. But he let this whole Indian weave get aggravated, and I'm gonna have to tell him this. You feel me? Oh. Because if you just keep doing me any kind of way, baby, I know somebody named Jimmy that's trying to replace you. And she fed up now. I'm sitting there looking in the mirror, saying to myself, I should have known that they would come. Tell it, Kelly. We ain't got but a minute no way. Tell it.
Standing here looking in the mirror.
What happened? We're gonna miss this word. Yeah.
I should have known that they would come. That she would find somebody else.
Some of y'all really need to listen to that. Yeah, because people get tired of your foolishness. They get tired of listening to them. Tell them they gonna change. They really do. And these love songs be telling you what you're gonna be dealing with, but y'all don't listen. Because when you get fed up with somebody, man or female, nothing you can do about it. Oh my, yeah.
Why you put up with it?
That's what happened. That's what happened.
You can do that all by yourself. If I was you, I'd have
It's almost time, baby. 8 o'clock.
man.
So we're gonna cut Kelly out. We're gonna get started. We always like to open up with just a little fun. I swear we be killing ourselves. If you can hear my mama in the background, for everybody that know her, you know she in the background hollering, I didn't say this, I didn't say that. I'm about to tell her to say herself by the time she keep telling me what everything to say. But she in the background saying, I don't want to get on the camera. See that? Look at that. Bree.
Mm-hmm.
You hear in the background?
I hear.
That's my point. Exactly. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and start off. You know, like I said last night, we had a good time. We really did. I think when we get together every night, we have a good time. I mean, I don't know no other way to feel but that way. We're trying our best to make sure we incorporate some good shows for you. Make sure that everything is going on the way that it should be going on. Like if you like something, if you don't like something, we understand. And yeah, they do talk to your soul. Really, they do, cuz they talk to your soul. You better listen. They do. Those love songs, my cousin Felicia Williams, shout out to my cousin. She wanted to say that those love songs really talk to you. I think those people who make those love songs, they have a gift. They can see themselves in a situation or out of situation and sing to you to make you know what they're feeling. And when you feel those songs, those are things you should really, like say, hey, I don't want to be in that spot with nobody, but hey, it is what it is. Hey, Doc Quiz, I love you, baby. But yeah, so with all that being said, I was gonna start out early with some jokes because I just want to ask this one question, like I'll be talking about it because it's a person that I know I'm talking about right now. But anyway, you ever been in these situations where, you go to the all-you-can-eat restaurant, and they tell you all you can eat for $10.99, $12.99, whatever, drink and everything. But you go with that person that decide that they want to put stuff in a napkin, put it all in their pocketbook. Yeah, I know people that do that.
Oh, Lord.
They want to try to take more than what they could get, like they had an extra cookie or they had an extra piece of chicken. They done decided they're not going to leave that. They want to take that with them. I be looking like, you want to go to jail over a chocolate chip cookie? Because you know good and well that the thing say all you can eat, not all you can take. Not all you can take out the place. It's an all you can eat, meaning once you're full, that's it. But I know some people who will walk out with some fatback, but I won't call their name because, I know them. So I always say, it is what it is. Everybody got to be where they are, but don't take people's cookies and stuff, y'all. It ain't worth it. It's $12. You done ate you much you can eat. You just go and get on
about your business.
I mean, I've been telling you all week. I need to go on a diet. God knows I probably do, but get what? Krispy Kreme be calling me at night, and I want somebody to go over there and do something with Krispy Kreme because they cost me, and then I get up and go get me 2 or 3 donuts. That's all it is what it is, but. With that being said, we just try to have a good time. I had a lot of people who've been hitting me up about some shows that they want to do, and we definitely gonna do that. And like I said, next week, the young lady that's coming, we're gonna make that, a very good show for her also. And I do want to correct something. I said at the end of the show that Remember When was gonna be on on September the 9th, but it's actually September the 5th. So I made a mistake there. So please document that and just kind of put it there. It's gonna be Remember When for anybody. You can remember whatever you want to remember. We're going to try to make it good. We don't want to remember things that, that's not appropriate. But because, if you remember stuff about me, baby, we just a blow on that. We won't must go all into what you remember, but we'll remember. So, but tonight we got everything set up tonight. I got Bree Hill. We're going to do a few questions that we did earlier in the week. So we ain't gonna waste a lot of time with that. Like I said, when we get together, the goal is to help somebody, not so much put somebody business in the street. I always ask these people before we get on the show, what's your limit, what you don't want to talk about. Me, I'm an open book. I always tell people that, be careful what you ask me directly now. You know what I'm saying? You want to ask me something about somebody you know what I'm saying, or you want to know what I'm doing. It's not a good idea to ask me that, because you don't really want that answer. And then it is what it is. I'm going to tell you. So I ask these people before they come on my show, what are their limits, what they don't want to talk about, what they do want to talk about. I give them a little way to hint to me if they don't, if you asking them something that they don't want to answer. So we keep that in mind because it's all about being professional and everything. So with that being said, Brie, we ain't going to tour this thing. I wanted to talk to you specifically because, I know you. I've been knowing you your whole life, not whole life, but enough of it.
Yeah.
And I am the mother, godmother of your children. So, my questions were really geared to try to see what direction you want to take your life into, after you continue your education, which you're pursuing, as well as in relationships, because there are some times when I hear you vent to me that I'm concerned whether or not the things that you might be trying to adventure out on. So at this point in your life, my main question was, yes, you have your children, and we all are very happy when your children come in healthy and you have those kids in the best setting that you could possibly prepare for them. But where are you in your mindset after today? Because like, if you have 3 now and you're thinking about goals, where do you have your mindset set today?
My mindset today is to, like you said, basically finish off schooling, because ain't nothing wrong with the job that I have now or whatever, but I'm ready to start building a career for myself. Mm-hmm. That's why
last year, I finally got up and I took myself back to school after almost 7 years.
Right.
Finally got up and decided to go back to school. And at that time, I had my twins. I was just like, what am I sitting here waiting for? Like every day is just going by. I'm doing the same thing. And it's just like, I'm ready to start a career for myself. I'm ready to become that nurse that I always said I wanted to be. I'm ready to start taking those steps and pushing myself to the limit and basically put myself where I know I want to be, especially for my kids. I don't want it to be a time where my kids won't for nothing, hurt for nothing, because my mama did everything she could possibly do for us, and I don't want my kids to ever go without. So whatever I gotta do to even put them in a better position or a better situation when they get older, that's what I'm gonna do.
And with that in mind, my only concern is to always address the elephant in the room. If that is your mindset, then you don't need to bring no more kids here until you make those hurdles.
Oh yeah, no.
Jump those hurdles. Don't bring no more.
No more kids.
Not saying that you can't have anymore.
Yeah, I'm good
what I'm
right
saying.
now. Yeah.
I'm just saying that every one you have makes that dream a little bit harder. It makes that obstacle more difficult to deal with because those children take from where you think you can continue to just go. If you got something going on and you don't have childcare, or one of them is sick and they can't do this, now certain things got to be put on hold. And with 3 already in the gate, that's enough. You do have an abundance of help, family-wise, my side, your side, whoever. But at the end of the day, let your goals be accomplished now. You got those. Don't do anything that would make the situation different. Yeah, so I always say that, because once children are here, we can't bash you over the head. They're here. But when they're not here, is when we want to stress to you, use the preventive methods that they do have in place, so that you do not get any more right now as you get in a position. And I always tell people, Taco Bell, Burger King, Popeyes is good, but that is not a career. I mean, I got some people who are managers and stuff like that of Popeyes and everything, and that's fine. But if you're not the manager, then you still got your eyes popped. And that's what I'm talking about. You're not the manager. So don't start trying to tell me on my Facebook Live, but Popeyes making money. I get that. I'm not talking about Popeyes money. I'm talking about money. Where you have a salary where it's 30, 40, 50,000 a year. I'm not talking about regular 725, 825 an hour. I'm talking about what can productively take care of 3 miles. That's what I'm talking about. Because when people start saying, oh, well, if you're doing this, you're doing that. But if you're not able to singly take care of your children off of your income alone, then you need to be really not contemplating bringing no more here.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's no disrespect. That's no shade. That's facts. Because it takes a village to raise children. And there are going to be times when you're not going to have it. This one's not going to have it. This one can't keep them. That one can't watch them. So limit how many we got to watch. Limit how many we got to keep. You feel me? Limit how much help we got to give until you are in a position where you can say, hey, you know, well, whether they come over this week or I can't work this week because somebody's sick, I'm good. Those are the things I want people to think about. Not that I feel like I can just run to the ATM tomorrow and get it. And it is what it is. If I could, if I couldn't. But all I'm saying is, don't position your life to be just a heavy burden. It's heavy enough with 1. It's heavier with 2. It's weighing you down with 3. So you got to stop there for a minute and get these things in order that you speak of that you want to do. You know, I know you personally, you're good mom. So
I wouldn't necessarily say it's weighing me down. Honestly, it's more motivation to me. That's like you said, I'm not having no more kids no time soon. I know where I want to be. Once I move into my house, once I have a career, once I'm married, that's when another child will come along. I don't want to continue to just. Ain't nothing wrong with just having kids. Just me personally, I got my 3. I'm good right now. I want to put myself in a position to where when I do bring, and if I do bring another child into this world, I'm set. I'm good. I'm in my house. I got 2 cars at least. I got a career going for myself. I'm working in the medical field like I want to be. And that's just that. Yeah.
But I did hear you throw that marriage in there. And I hear women do that all the time. But I tell people, marriage don't make that be different. That has nothing to do with you and your ability to take care of your kids, whether you get married or not.
the backbone that you have has to be strong enough to take care of your children, whether there is a husband or not. Because a lot of times we get these guys and we give them the title of husband, and they really don't need that title. They're not husbands. They're not. So you can't take a man that you can see as a boyfriend is not husband material. And I tell people that all the time, just because he look good and he can put down some smack down, don't mean that you need to marry him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's facts. I'm sorry that people don't agree, but it doesn't. When you're looking for somebody to spend your life with and to entangle you with other things, it's important to do what you need to do first. I got a response from Mr. Benjamin Akins, and it's saying, in goal setting, it's important to ensure that they are SMART goals, specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and timely. Also, he said goals generally result in things we love. What it takes to accomplish those goals generally require the things we hate. For this reason, people tend to purpose things they never can carry out. Propose, I'm sorry. So basically, that's my brother, of course, Dr. Benjamin Akins. He's just saying that you don't want to set goals that you haven't really figured out how you're going to get to them. Mm-hmm. You got to make sure that they are able to be reached, and that there are goals that's within your grasp. A lot of people, I tell people all the time, they come up, you ask them, what you want to be? I'm going to be an anesthesiologist. And I just lean back. Next question, did you graduate? No, I got my GED. But you're going to be how old are you? I'm 25, girl. I almost about to be 26. You know how many years you got to go to school to be an anesthesiologist? I just be asking myself, do you know that? You couldn't. Do you know how much education you need to obtain to be an anesthesiologist? But you couldn't do the 12 years of high school because you, whatever your reasons was, and this GED is a magical piece of paper that you think is relevant to get you to being an anesthesiologist. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not shattering anybody's dreams. If you say you're a gorilla and you can be an anesthesiologist, then go get it. But if you're not, and you know you're a caterpillar, and you just gonna be moving slow, then quit talking about that anesthesiologist job, because that's not coming, period. So that is the things that I want you to build yourself around. It's not just you. You are best friends with my daughter. And I fuss at my daughter, talk to my daughter the exact same way that I'm talking to you. When I make comments and say that I don't raise dumb women in my house, that's no shade to nobody that's got kids. What that means is that I knew that we need to be preventive. I do not have time to go and deal with a situation after it's here. If there's a preventive measure, I want to take that early. Mm-hmm. So I, as a mother, felt it was in their best interest to always prepare them for how to do things that I couldn't control. Whether they were going to be in an atmosphere that would make them be, sexually active or not, I wanted to prepare them mentally, physically, and any other way that they would not be doing things that would cause us more obstacles. Mm-hmm. That's not always the outcome with parents. Some parents have different roles with their children, and you can't go to your parents in those things. So I get that. So, but I do want to tell you that I think you are an awesome mother. I think that you're trying your best to get on your feet, get where you think you need to be. And that is important. And if nobody's ever told you, I'm very proud of you for that. And I will always say, you guys are like my own kids. When I speak to you guys, you do exactly what I say. We don't have arguments to where I don't think that you listen. Mm-hmm. But my thing is, just don't be so quick to want to grasp that marriage or to say that you want to grasp that other individual. Find breathe. Mm-hmm. Focus on breathe. And whoever and whenever it's meant for you to make those other rides, I promise you, you will get on them and you will enjoy the ride better than you will if you just let anybody in the car. Yeah. Don't let anybody in the car. Understand?
I got you.
So let me see if I got some things that's coming out. It said, breathe, are your goals written down? a goal not written down is only a wish.
They actually are. I have a journal
That's
where I write
fantastic.
down everything and I manifest it. I speak it into existence. I pray about it and I just write everything that I want to do in my life or do tomorrow, do next week. I write it down and I just go over it. If probably not every night, every other night, and I just manifest it. I say that it's mine. I don't want to do this. I will do it. Like I try to speak it into existence.
Right. And with that being said, that comes from us having some type of, background in the church or however you came up. I always say that when people mention how they relate to, salvation, Christ, any type of religion, please don't take offense on these shows and think that we're not targeting what you believe. I tell people you can believe whatever you want to believe, and we're not questioning that. But when people make those statements, that's their faith. That's where they're at, and we're going to respect that, and that's it. That's not your faith, then we're going to respect that, and that's that. So we try hard to accommodate everybody, but we won't ever be able to always do that. So those are the things that person feels, and I'm glad that you do have that measure of faith because you need that in this day and time. Okay, so somebody took your question. We sorry, Leroy. Do you have another one? Everyone is okay, Ms. Linda. We appreciate you, okay? I definitely want to make sure that you get in. Ms. Akins also wanted to say, pray as if everything depends on God, on God, but work as if it depends on you. So, that's being said, that's a good point. And, that's my brother. Again, that's Dr. Akins, but that is a very good point. You want to pray as if everything depends on God. But the work as if everything depends on you. A lot of people think that they can just get up tomorrow and say, well, God give it to me next year. But you don't do nothing. You just sit there like this. Then when the year come around, God ain't give it to me. Well, you didn't do nothing for it. You didn't do nothing for it. You didn't work. You didn't try to work at it. You didn't do anything for it. It does say that he will give you the desires of your heart, but also you got to work. You got to try to put some work in it to get that. You know what I'm saying? That's very important, if you do that. So that was something that we wanted to talk about in that aspect. Now, just to be a little bit more detailed, I do go over questions that people ask me. And it was a few questions that's been given to me this week. I haven't had a chance to really go over all of them. So I'm going to hold some of them for next week with the lady that's coming because some of them center around her issue. So we'll ask some of those questions next week. Also, we don't want to make it seem like you don't have your children's father in your life. We are aware that he is in their life. And so that's good. A lot of us don't get that option. You know what I'm saying? So if he's there and he's wanting to be an active father and he's respecting you and treating you well, then kudos to that, because that don't happen for everybody. And for those women that it don't happen for, you're not broken. You're not misguided. You just need to be able to fly this plane all by yourself. Because I land mine every day. I go up in the sky real high, fly how I want to, flip around, and drop it down and bring it on home, land it. Yeah, man or no man. Yeah. So that's the mindset that I give with my kids, with anything. You can do this, period. So, that's what we wanted to say for that. But Leroy Blair wanted to say, just stay strong for you and your kids and stay positive. And that is true. I tell people everything that you face, if you let it break you, you might as well just get ready to just go ahead on up and curl up and die. You'll be like Lenny Williams. I just thought I was going to crawl up in a ball and die. But you can't let every situation break you. You got to be strong enough to weather these storms, I mean, some of these storms that people go through, you have no clue how hard those storms are for those people. But they manage to get through them. And that's what you have to do. You can't fall at every obstacle and just give up and start saying, well, why is this happening to me? And why am I going through this? I mean, everybody going through something.
Yeah.
Everybody going through something. Yeah. So for me, whenever something gets in my way and I can't figure out how to deal with it, that's when I truly get within myself and I start talking to myself, asking myself, are you built to do this? So I had put a question out earlier in the week that says, are you built for it tough? Now that question was very, very serious to me. Because when you say you built for it tough, they commercials say they can drag almost anything on the back of a Ford truck. That's what they say. So I believe I can do that. I'm going to drag whatever situation come my way as if I'm built for it tough. That's just how I see that. Because I'm not going to let that situation break me. Whether it be in relationships, whether it be on jobs, whether it be in your walk with Christ, whatever faith you in, whatever it is, you're not going to break either. You're going to break before I do. Because I'm going to position myself to be able to be for it tough. Because that's important to me. It's important that I make my children for it tough. You know, if you let somebody break you, then their job is well done. You know, I never, ever, ever worry about what somebody's saying. If they saying it, guess why they saying it? Ain't nothing going on in their house worth talking about. That they willing to talk about everything that's going on in my house. And for that reason, I still let people, I run my own stage. I'm Michael Jackson, I promise you. I don't need nobody to come up and bring me out. You don't need to do that. I'm going to bring myself out. I'm going to make sure I close the show. I don't need nobody closing that. I'm going to close all that. You good. You ain't got to worry about that. Because I don't believe I need no help on this stage. This stage is going to run just like I said. And that's how I live my life. And so a lot of times when you don't live it that way, you get people performing and then they done took over your show. And you talking about you was the showstopper. Hi. You let the opening act show you up. They came out and did better than you. And I paid to see you. So I give people their money worth every day. It is what it is. If you know me, you don't know me my whole life. You ain't never had no bad show. I promise you. Never. So we try to make sure that you understand that. These shows are to build somebody up that's home broken. And if you're not broken, it's to keep you strong. Keep you grounded. Because people will break you down. They will just set up under you to break you down. They like it. For some reason, they thrive off of it. Sometimes it look like they just come over just to find out that ain't nothing going good for you. Yeah. That's why I tell them anything. What they say. They come over. Girl, what's going on? He's still treating you bad. Girl, no, I done got me somebody else. Hello. That's why I say hello. Because they want me to say, yeah, girl, give me this rag. And then as soon as they leave my house, girl, she over there letting him treat her like a dog. But that's not the case. Sometimes you just gotta not give people the information that they use as a weapon on you. You know, I don't call it lying. I call it stretching the truth. To me, it's a difference. You know, but I stretch it all the time because you need stretching. I always want to know somebody else's business. So when you're out here, you have to watch what you're doing. Now, I made that statement to say this. I put up a picture this week with Tupac. A lot of y'all got the wrong understanding of the picture. So when I post stuff, I know y'all looking at how pretty I am on all my pictures, the thousands that I post, and I thank you. But when I do post something that you should be looking at, you're not getting it. In that picture, it wanted you to see that everybody that had caused Tupac some kind of harm or that ultimately ended in his life ending was in that picture years before it ever came to play. Every single one of the people that was in that picture had some hand in things going catastrophic in Tupac's life. So the picture asked, do you think that sometime you're hanging with the people that's going to ultimately be the one to destroy you? These people are in pictures with you like this. That's how they in pictures with you. And 5 or 6 years from now, they done set you up. Or somebody done something in your family or done something against you or whatever. They done planned your downfall. That's what the picture was about. Was do you have people in your life that you honestly know is your enemy? They're not your friend. And you're continuing to let them stay a part of your life until it catastrophically destroys you. And then all you got left is the picture. Because if you look at that picture with him sitting there, every person that had some kind of issue, so we say, because I'm not saying for facts, but it's enough news on it you can watch. Hello. They had some type of issue with him. And all we're trying to get you to know is be careful.
Yeah.
So Miss Linda Martin wanted to say, girl, you is awesome and ready for any and everything. I just love how straightforward you are and direct to the point, Queen. You keep being real, young lady, and you are definitely for it tough. I appreciate that. And it's people like you that I appreciate that comment from, because with you being older than me and being someone that I would honor, you know what I'm saying? It makes me be proud that you see that in me. A lot of people see other stuff, and that's the reason why I made the title, If You Don't Know Me, You Know Me Now. Because people assume, oh, I know Ivy. I hear that a lot. But baby, I would like to let you know you do not know me. You know of me. And even if you had some type of relationship with me, you still don't know me. You know what I let you see, period. So a lot of times when people say things about me, or they say, oh, well, I know her, she used to do this, she used to do that. And everything that I used to do, I did it and I did it well. Call my credibility, it's out there. So you can't come at me and say, well, Ivy should be ashamed, she did this, she did that. No. You should be ashamed that you ain't done nothing.
Hello.
That's who should be ashamed.
Hello.
You should be ashamed. You don't even have no list that you can run down for nobody to say what you've been doing. But you worry about all these things that I got going on that I've been doing. No, baby. Get your list right and we'll talk about it. Let me know where your list at. We'll run it, because I know you don't mount up. You don't mount up. Plus, you ain't gonna weigh it. You gonna hide about the things that you do, but you can't come for me. Because I'm gonna tell you straight up, I did that, I did it well. Probably helped you along the way. Probably. So. Okay, so it says, who killed Shaka Zulu? Who caused Rocky to lose his million? That one is for you, Apollo. Exactly. That's my brother. That's my brother. He always, he does that. I'm so proud of him. And I tell y'all, if you ever really want help, he is the man to see. He has so many resources that he can help you with. He can help you with things that you could never imagine doing on your own, but he could, you know. And so, like I say, and don't ever think, like people would say things like your grandmother was an evangelist, your brother is in this right here, he's doing that, and Ivy, you just wild as a fruitcake. Well, there was a lot of fruit in the cake. There was a lot of fruit in the cake. Every fruit cake I seen had a lot of fruit in it. Nuts. So I mean, you can't do that. He helps where he can. I am still my own person, and I still direct my own path. So when he can't help or he does not reach me, he gives me that time to balance myself. And then most of the time I go back and say, well, I ain't want to say you was right, but you was right. Here's what it is, you know. But that's about balance. Me and him have that relationship. We thrive off each other. A lot of times people will get us together and say, that's your sister. All day. That's just the way it goes. So, but with all that being said, that's what that picture was for. Be mindful of who you got eating at your table. Be mindful of who you got riding in your car. Be mindful of who you keep calling friend. Be mindful of that. Be mindful of who you let watch your kids. You feel me? That's what we're trying to get you to be mindful of. We don't want to see you on the obituary paper because somebody that you were dealing with closely caused your life to end. And we got to say, well, girl, I thought they was friends. They used to be together all the time. Sometimes you know automatically when that person ain't for you. You might have to reset it. Or just don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
If you lost feed on whatever thing you're watching, it's okay. If you subscribe to my YouTube channel, you can see it there. If you're on Facebook, you can see it there. But that's what I want people to do. Stop letting people hang around you that don't mean you no good. Don't mean you no good. They want to destroy you. They want to do something. Somebody just sent me a question. I don't really understand it. Send it to me again and word it so I can understand it, because I don't understand. I don't want to say it without understanding it. So if you could just send me that question again, the person that's sending me that for my job, I don't understand the question. But and with that being said, I wanted to make sure that people understand, even on your job, that's not a place that you go make friends. That's a place that you go make your money.
Yes, ma'am.
The reason you have so much strife and hell on your job is because you up there trying to make friends.
Yep.
You trying to see, can you get with little Ricky after the shift? That ain't what you went to work for. You can't mix certain things at work. At work should just be work. And when you get off from work, you go home. That's it. And so to answer the other part of the question, it says Shaka was killed by someone in his inner circle. Rocky lost his fortune because of his brother-in-law, Paulie. Most robberies are by people you've had in your home before, and that is the truth. Ms. Linda said, true fact, Ivy. I'm glad you explained that picture, because that is exactly what happened to Tupac, trusting in the wrong friend. Let me see, did she say some more? Trusting in the wrong friend. We as people do that every day. It's called backstabbing.
Yes, ma'am.
You're true. My grandmama used to tell me this story, and it was a little quick story. She said that there was this old lady that had went outside when it was real cold, and she found a snake frozen. And the little lady felt sorry for the snake. So she said, you know what? I'm going to take you in my house. I'm going to thaw you out, and I'm going to treat you good and get you back, well, because you're frozen. So she did that. And so she took the snake in the house, and she saw about him and got him from in that position he was in, and got him warm and fed and did everything she could for the snake. And then one day she was just sitting down on the sofa, just watching TV as she casually do. And he curled up beside her and bit her. And she said, well, why did you do that to me after I did everything I could for you? And I brought you in out the storm. You was frozen. You wasn't even going to make it, but I was there every day till you got to a place where you are now. And then you wait and you curl up and bite me. And he said, because I was always a snake. I was always a snake. So you can dress up whoever you want to, and you can hang around them as long as you want to. And you can tell yourself that they done changed and that they're not what they are. But at the end of the day, they are what they are. If they're a snake, they're a snake. If they're a liar, they're a liar. If they're a cheater, they're a cheater. It doesn't matter how much you do in your work of ethics to try to get them put right. Yeah. Whatever they are, that's what they are. They're drunk, they're drunk. You can say, well, he don't drink Monday through. He just drank on Saturday. But if he drunk Monday, he'll drunk. I tell people, the first thing you drink when you get up in the morning is a bill. You don't want no food. You want no grits and eggs. You don't want none of that. You don't want none of that. You just ready to drink that cold bill. It's okay. I question that. Now, I ain't say you really probably are, but I'm questioning it. Because that wouldn't be the first thing I think of when my foot hit the ground. That wouldn't be that. But like I say, call it what it is. Quit making excuses for these sorry behind people that you got in your life. Why do you have a friend that can call on you at 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning and wake you up out your sleep, and you jump up like Batwoman to go ride or die for her? But when you need something, she won't answer. And then 6 o'clock the next day, 6 o'clock the next evening, she call you, girl, what you had going on? No, baby. What I had going on was going on at 3 o'clock when I called you. You understand? That's what I'm saying. Quit letting these people just jump in your life and dictate how they gonna act. They have no reason to be there if they're not there to position you the same way you're there to position them. If Bree called me at 5 o'clock in the morning, I answer my phone. Yeah. Not so much that I don't want to answer it, but I automatically go to the mindset, something wrong with her, something wrong with my God kids, got to be, because she know I look too good to be waking me up at 5 o'clock in the morning. But I get up and I say, what's going on, Bree? Because that's the purpose of her call. You had no intention of answering, then you shouldn't have been the one to say, girl, call me anytime. Because y'all do that. Girl, no matter what time of day or night, call me. If you need something. Knowing you ain't going to answer the phone. Because that's what people do. So when people ask me, you going to call me, I probably won't. That's what I say. I might not. Ain't no need to be lying about it because it depends on what you calling me for. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not gonna just be that way. That's what you got to get to a place where you see. If you call somebody for $100 this week and they won't give it to you, but next week they call you for $100, you give it to them, you the dummy. What was wrong with their pocketbook when you needed it?
Exactly.
And I don't care how people feel when you say this, because you're the one that's doing all the work in the friendship. So you might as well have been a friend to yourself. What you being friends with somebody else for when you the only one getting it? You doing everything. For the friendship.
Everything.
You're doing everything for the relationship with your brother. You're doing everything for the relationship with your sister. You're doing everything for the relationship with your husband. You might as well be going with yourself.
Hello.
Get your t-shirt that say I'm a good friend to myself. Because you ain't doing nothing. That whoever you being friends for, they ain't doing nothing for you. They ain't doing nothing for you. And so I always tell my kids, I tell these kids, I tell all of them, teach your children the truth. My children know they can't go to no store with nobody. We don't know how much money little Keisha got. You get in that store with little Keisha and she ain't got all her money, then y'all get ready to walk out the door and there she is, the alarm going off. Guess who all going to jail?
Exactly.
Because you trusted a friend. Now you can stand there all day you want to them crocodile tears, but the police is coming. So you have to know. I asked my kid, do you know her? You know, my oldest daughter, she want to go out sometimes. She come, Mama, this is my friend right here. We finna go to the club. I say, tell her to get out of the car. Because I need to see her. Because I want her to know just how you come got my daughter. You better bring her back that way. If my daughter get in a fight in the club, you better be fighting.
Hello.
You come got her. You come got her.
Y'all came together.
Period. If my daughter don't come back the way you took her, I'm looking for you. Because you don't want to come in and say you were taking her somewhere. But that's why I made sure that they have their own transportation. I make sure that they know how to leave because I don't care for that. I'll tell my daughter a lot, drive your own car. Follow her to the club. Because I don't know if you know her well enough to be stuck in a situation with her at the club. She could get to the club and start doing some scandalous things or might not be doing what you want to be doing and you're stuck with that person at the club. So drive your own car. That's the reason I bought the thing. Drive it yourself. Then that way you ain't stuck. Because you can get with somebody and you be like, this ain't what I wanted to do. But now you're with them. So don't do that. Those are the things I don't think that we need to do. So whenever she's doing something or whenever my daughter or my other people that I know, I always tell her, I'll meet you there. I'll meet you there. She can call me right now and say, Ma, is it okay if I take Naya with me to the lake? No. Ma, it's just us. I don't care who's going to the lake. Naya can't swim. Why would I send my child somewhere knowing that she can't swim? But I'm going to send her with some other people who got to watch their kids and now put a responsibility on them that they cannot really tell me they're going to be able to execute 100%. Then she called me from the lake, hooping and hollering about something that went wrong. When I could have made the best parent decision and said, no, Denaya can't go. Because if I ain't going, Denaya ain't going. Now she take that personal, fine, she had ovaries, she had kids. What she want me to do? If she upset because I said no. Those are things you got to be willing to say to people. You have to be willing to say that because once somebody take your child and go somewhere, you don't know what's going on.
Absolutely right.
You don't have a clue what's going on. And most of our kids get somewhere and start doing foolish stuff. Stuff they would never do if you were there. But when they get with somebody else, then they really, now she'll be jumping all off the diving board, knowing she can't even swim.
Oh my God.
Done told you she can swim and she jumping all off the diving board. Then you realize she can come up and you got to jump
and
out.
I can't swim either, so we both just gonna be going down.
But I see that all the time. I see that all the time. You take your responsibility and put it on somebody else. And that's dumb. And then when it don't work out good, you want to start all this extra. That's crazy. I don't think those things should go. My children don't get to spend the night with people. For what? If you want your child to spend the night, they can spend the night over here. They can't spend the night over there. I don't know who you got in there. Little Johnny might be creeping around the house at night. I don't know. I can't say what go on. You don't know him yourself. You probably just met him 2 months ago. You feel me? He could be just fresh out the jail cell and you got him in there and now you want my baby over there. Don't even know how he sleep. He might not even sleep heavy. So things like that you got to think about. And I tell her that. When she asks me certain things, I say, no, Bree, do not do that. You got parents are proud when the good in them shows up in their children. How do you handle it when you recognize the bad in you is in them as well? That's a good question, because I don't know if y'all heard my little wild child last night say, I'm the next Ivy now. We definitely don't want that. I didn't say nothing last night. She was a little crunk. She was doing everything, Tyrese and everything. But that's a good question that my brother presented, because if you know me and you know my life and you know my story, no, I do not want her to try and relive my life as how Ivy was. But when she make a statement that I'm the next Ivy, she has to understand what all that entails. Mm-hmm. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Mm-hmm. Now, she wouldn't know that because she was not there. And what I have told her is still the truth. But at the end of the day, no, you can't. If they see or know how you were, mm-hmm. then you have to own that. Mm-hmm. I tell my kids when we get ready to go somewhere, I don't care what they come over here and say about me. You already know that. So ain't no need you must argue about that food. Let them say whatever they're going to say. It's probably true anyway. What you want to do? Because I own it. Because it doesn't matter to me what you think of me. Mm-hmm. Yeah, my children are they know, because as a parent, you want them to know the things that they should know about you. Yeah. I don't let nobody tell no story for me. How you going to tell my kids something about me that I can't tell them? You understand? So that's the reason. So yeah, and so when I see her do exactly some of the things that I've done, I don't know why y'all playing over there. So when I see her do some of the things that I've done, it bothers me. Or when she says she wants to be the next Ivy, you know, it is what it is. Mm-hmm. But I do still tell her there is no next Ivy. There's only one. You might be the next Naya, but you won't be the next Ivy. So, you know, with that being said, these shows are for parents to get up and get a handle on your kids. That's what they're for. And if you don't have a handle on your kids, then get a handle on yourself. Yes, ma'am. Get a handle on yourself so you can get a handle on your kids. Because this stuff is ridiculous that these kids are dealing with and going through and watching. There's no reason that a father should be passing a blunt to his son. Why would you pass a blunt to your? There's no reason that a mother should be drinking in the club with her daughter. As trifling as I used to dress back in the day, there is no reason for me to try to put on an outfit to outdo one of my kids today. What for? If they're going out and they're already in an outfit that they want to wear, I'm 45 next year. I don't have to prove to you I'm a living legend. I'm a living legend. I'm still going to look good in whatever I put on, but I don't have to try to trump my daughter and make sure my outfit be just as scandalous, and then we stand up in the picture together. I'm raunchy and she raunchy. You're not teaching them nothing like that. You're just not. But if that's what you do in your house, I'm not criticizing you for how you choose to run your house. I'm talking to some people who feel like their house shouldn't be ain't where they want it to be, and they want to build a house on a more stable ground. That's what I'm talking to. Because you can change any point in your life. It doesn't have to be today. It could be a year from now. We would like for you to critique it a little bit sooner. But if that change don't come till a year from now, thank God for the change, whenever it comes. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Never talking about anybody in particular. I'm never getting on here to throw shade. If I didn't like you, I still don't like you. It ain't gonna make no difference. So that's the way you should feel about me. If you didn't like me, just keep on not liking me. That's not what we're doing. We're not doing liking. We're doing straightening up. Sometimes you got to not like something to straighten it up. If you just like it, you don't feel like nothing wrong with it. You got to not like it to want to straighten it up. That's all I'm saying. I didn't like everything about myself when I was doing some of the things that I was doing, but I knew I had to straighten it up. But do I go around saying, oh, well, I didn't do that? No, I did all that stuff. Yes, I did. And probably doing some other stuff. But at the end of the day, my mind is made up. I'm trying to help somebody who might be quiet, who don't have the ability or who don't have the strength, or who just one drink away from wanting to commit suicide, or who just one step away from saying they don't want to be with their kids no more, or who just one step away from thinking about killing up everybody in the house, or one step away from who just said, I'm going to just do crack 2 or 3 more times. 2 or 3 steps away from the man beat you last night, he beating you tonight. Like I say, it is hard to walk a straight line if you got everybody in that line laying down to trip you over. You're going to trip over them. The line is straight, but everybody in your life that you deal with is stretched out on the line. You're going to trip all the way through it. The key is get them off the line. I worked at some of these plants. Go at Easy Go Club car and mess up the line. See how quick they replace you. Let they assembly line start backing up because your parts ain't moving fast enough. Or you over there with little shades on acting like you don't know that they moving fast because the light done come on and you still back there just scrumming it up. Watch how quick one of them supervisors come pull you off the line. Because they want their numbers right. They want their stuff out. They want their numbers at the end of the day to reach. But you back there acting like you can't just put the pin rod inside the screw fast enough. Watch how quick they take you off the line. And that's how quick you should take people off the line. Why should you let them stay there to mess up your whole outcome? They're not going to let you stay there that long if they losing money off of you. They see you don't know how to run that particular job you on, they going to tell you the morning, we done moved you from over here on the pin rod line. We done put you over here on the bumper sticker. You just put the stickers on. Then you looking stupid. What? Why I can't be on the pin rod? Well, let's own it. You don't move fast enough. You ain't doing a good job on the pin rod. Get on over there and put the stickers on. And that's how you gotta do people. If they're not good enough to be at the front of the assembly line, let them go. I got a starter with teams when I deal with people. I got 5 starters. I tell all the guys I date that, yeah, y'all got a team. You might not start this game. You just might not. You know, don't feel bad. If everybody gonna get a ring if we win the championship, but you just might not be my main starter. My main starter. I might put you in the game, but that's gonna be as the backup plan to the main starter. Yeah, that's how I tell them. They don't like it, but I don't care. You're not the main starter. I'll tell you who the main starter is. And I'll let you know when he can't work or whatever. Oh my God. Because that just depends on what you do. I'm not gonna let you play 30 minutes in the game. You ain't winning no shot. We about to lose the game. I'm putting my other starter in. That's what I'm gonna do. 3-point. Hey, I want him who I know can shoot a 3-point at the end of the game, and we're gonna win. Yeah. So I always I can't do it no other way. But I ain't got no whole starter team. I mean, I need to know who's gonna do what. Who rebounding tonight? Yeah. Who got these assists? Who doing what? Yeah, that's how that go. But that's me, you know, and I have no problem saying that. I just want people to redirect your life, take control of your life, put people in their perspective place where they need to be. Stop letting people be in the front talking about they riding with you, but they not. they're not riding with you. You know, as we get older, you're gonna lose friends, you're gonna start getting new friends. It's not bad if you lose some old friends. Sometimes you're just not in the same place. Sometimes you're just not in the same place with people. Sometimes people don't grow the same time you do. Look at your hair. My edges didn't grow back as quick as I like them to, but I had to go head on. I couldn't just sit there and wait on my edges every day. I had done went to God about them, but it wasn't going as quick as I wanted it to. So I just went on and told the Lord, that's all right. I know what some glue and some tracks said, and I'll be good with that. And I'm going to get right back in the race and get back in front where I need to be. Yeah, but if I had to start stumbling and feeling bad that the edges would start back here, I would have just said, well, you know what, God, I'm going to let her take over. I wasn't for to let her take over. Not much as they make we've had lace fronts in the store. What I'm going to do that for?
Oh, my God.
What I'm going to do that for? I'm going to make sure that I get on up and give it what I got to give it, and I'm going to make it work, and that's that. And that's that. I talked to the Lord. I asked him, when these edges coming back? But then after a while, I just gave up on that part because I figured, well, he must be busy over here working on this over here. And maybe these edges will.
He'll bless my edges when he can. He'll bless them when he can.
So I said, I'm good with it. I'm good with it. I'm good with it. But that's the truth. I don't have no problems with none of that stuff because you own who you are. You know, if whatever it is in life, you got to own it. And unless you start owning it as an adult, then you can't make your kids own it. When I talk to my kids, the first thing they say is, Mom, you talk to me so hard. Well, that's how the prison people gonna talk to you if you be there. That's how they gonna talk to you. So you need to listen to somebody who's trying to help you. I ain't always got to be in the same voice and tone. Little red kid, don't do that today. No, don't you do it, period. It don't make no difference how you receive it. The answer was still the same, you know. And sometimes that work for other people and they, you know, races and stuff. But I've seen around here, you got to put the exorcist spin on it with these kids. You got to work your neck all around like that. Because they don't get it when you first sit them down and say, quit doing that.
Take a couple times for it to finally.
Yeah, you got to get aggressive. Yeah, you got to get aggressive with these little kids. They be doing what they want to do. Yeah, my grandma used to make me go out there and get me 3 switches. Look at God. Who does that? Who send people out there to get 3 switches? And I used to be out there trying to find the baby switches.
Oh, and she'll tell you better not come in here with that small switch either. I'm gonna go out there and grab it myself.
I'm out there just trying to get the baby switches that I could get going. Because I was always getting a whooping. I used to think to myself, I wish I had 911 back then, the way they work right now for these raggedy kids, because I had all my parents locked up. I called every day on some of them because they was really doing the most to us. But we were getting abused. But these kids, they ain't getting abused. You can't breathe on them hard before they call the police. Right.
I don't know too much about my generation. I think it's the generation, but you know,
you got a little bit of it.
Oh,
you got a little bit of it.
Ma, you just don't need know. The same way you had to go pick your switches, I had to get mine. I got beat with.
But I'm just saying, if we want to do more for these kids now, these kids are too mouth. They have too much to say. You know, and it's sad, but that's all I be saying it for. I want people to enjoy the shows. I want people to tell their story. I want people to think maybe with some of what I think with. I'm not telling you that everything I think is right. And I'm not telling you that you have to like me to receive what I say. Sometimes you just take the gift and move on. You can still not like me. I ain't gonna lose no sleep tonight over that. You know, I just don't want people not to be done heard something different. You know, that's all. You know, whether I say it or who said or whatever said, it's being said so you can receive it and you can do something with it. You know, if you win the game at the end of the night, what difference does it matter who gave you the ball? What difference does that make? Who gave you the ball if you win? So, you know, that's what we do all of this for. That's what all of this is about, a way to help one another from some places that you might not know where help is at.
Yeah.
You might not know where help is at. And I would be less than a person to know where help is at and not give it to you. You know what I'm saying? You could still not like me tomorrow. I mean, still was help.
It is what it is.
Still was help. You think about it, if that man had not that black man had not decided when those girls was trapped up there in that house, if he had not just said, I'm going to help. That was her last help right there that day. She was reaching in the, please help me. I am who I am. Now, yeah, we took him on the news broadcast and we made jokes about it, but I wouldn't care. He helped that day. He took it upon himself to say, who are you, baby? And when she said who she was, he knew automatically. We were looking at this girl for over 10 years. Now, we might have looked at the newscast and said he was a straight nut because he was cutting the food. But guess what? He was the nut that saved her life. We took it as a joke because of how he was commentating on the actual issue. But look at what he did. He saved her life that day. She'd been there for so many years. And that one day, that man who we would have looked at and laughed at, we would have laughed at him. But God sent him in a moment to be her savior. My God. You think I would have come out that house worrying about how I got that help? Exactly. That girl was pleading for her life. She knew what she was facing on the other side. That's you, how you receive it. That's you. I mean, sometimes I just don't understand. But whatever it takes, whatever truth you know, whatever lie you've been told, today is the day for you to listen to something different. That's all I'm saying. Like me, don't like me. But listen to something different. Because what you're doing might just be the destruction of your life. And then you leave so many people back here brokenhearted to have to figure out where you went wrong. When you're done behind know right now where you going wrong. That's what get me. You want us to stay back here bleeding and hiding. Where it went wrong, Jesus? It started with the person who knew it was wrong. Absolutely right. Well, like I say, at the end of the day, I'm grateful for what I've been taught in my life. Good, bad, and all, I'm still Ivy. If you never heard my voice before, you heard it tonight. If you've never seen me before, you see me on Facebook. There you go. What I want for our generation that we are leaving here is a different way to look at things. You are raising them blind. That's what you're doing. They don't got no seeing eye dog, and they ain't got no stick. You got them out here wandering around blind on things that you could open their eyes to, and you won't do it. So with that being said, I'm going to end tonight. We had a great time. I'm going to pray, as always. Yes. And then, like I say, next week, I got the young lady from my job coming on, Miss April Edwards. She's going to be coming on, and we'll talk about her story. Shed some light to what somebody might have some darkness. So we're going to go ahead and pray. Lord, we just come to you tonight to let you know that we're grateful for the things that you do for us. We're grateful for the way that you keep us and for the safety of all of our lives. We ask that you continue to keep a fence around us and guide us in the direction you want us in. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Amen. That's it. We had a good time. It's 9 o'clock. Much love to you. We all love you. We definitely don't forget about Remember When. That's going to be September the 5th. Don't forget to go to YouTube and subscribe, because I would like to do more shows that we can get in a little more depth with, but we got to kind of get in an area where I can control it. So please subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you don't know me, you know me now. For some of you guys who are just a little bit slow, I am going to make some more pages to get you on, because I see people keep sending me friend requests to Ivy Akins and Ivy Queen, and I can't take no more friends on those pages. I need you to go to my website. You can follow me there, or go and subscribe. Go and subscribe. So I am going to create something so that I can get the rest of these people who don't understand that process. But eventually, I'm going to need you going to subscribe so that we can do what we need to do. And I thank everybody tonight. I love all my people that come in and chime in with me. We're grateful to you. I love the support. And like I say, just think different. You don't have to adapt everything I say, but just think different. And with that, I'm going to say good night. Love you guys.
Good night.
We had any other ones running? Or just them two?